I'm hoping yet again it's one of your favorite times of the week because the Lights Out crew has reassembled for episode 18, and we got a lot to talk about. We are going to be live at GOML together, which is really hype. You know what I'm saying? We've actually only ever been together since we've done this podcast one time, and that's MomoCon, and we've done 18 episodes. So that's kind of crazy when you think about it. So we're really excited for that. Obviously, this live episode that we're going to do for Lights Out at GOML is going to go on our Metafy. So check out the Metafy, whether you're watching on YouTube. You can check the description in the Twitch chat, !Metafy, get tapped in. And of course, tap in to the biggest announcement. Next Tuesday, our tournament is happening. Top 50 players are banned. It's going to be online, no region lock. Come through. It's going to be lit. Lights Out putting on a Smash Brothers tournament for you guys. I didn't tell them that this is actually the bonus money that they were going to give us, but I decided to give it to you guys because I'm such a philanthropist. So with that said, gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Was that real?
Yeah.
That was real.
Well, you don't come to these meetings. What do you want?
No, it's not that I don't come to these meetings. It's that every time I tell you to tell us about the meetings, you don't tell us.
And this is
you
why.
did say that.
I ask you about the meetings very often. I ask for you for contacts, all that. You better be fucking lying. We're going to have a real talk after this.
Damn. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just here.
How dare you take money from us? We barely have any as it is.
I'd say we're doing okay.
He knows our finances, Cosmos. Did you know he knows our finances?
So what exactly? We're definitely going to talk about that later. But yeah, I'm doing great today, honestly. I just, slept all day, chilling. I'm chilling. I have a hair appointment in like 2 hours. I'm chilling.
I don't know if I'm doing great.
Ready for GOML. Definitely ready for GOML.
Are we really ready for GOML?
Are you sure you're ready for GOML?
I'm ready for GOML. I'm ready for GOML.
Are you not going to get hit by the Piranha Plant?
I'm not gonna get hit by nothing, bro.
You get hit by the Piranha Plant, bro. You want to talk about that?
Give me your shoes, bro. I mean, okay, literally the main thing was I called you before I played him. Right, I was like, bro, I feel like hella scared and vulnerable at this tournament. I felt like I was just gonna
Can we talk about that real quick? He did factually call me before fighting this Piranha Plant, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I made a comment about it. I was like, do not ever call me again and tell me you were feeling vulnerable. I was like,
I thought you were the only person I could tell that to.
Okay, but that's not. You gotta word it differently, bro. Even Phil's face lit up. Don't call me. Tell me you're vulnerable, bro.
Okay, first of all, you called me. All right, I didn't even call you. You called me and said, "How are you feeling?" And I told you how I was feeling. That's actually what happened. You're not about to spin this on me.
Okay, you know what? I did call you, but nonetheless, if my boy calls me and he says, "How you doing?" I'm not gonna be like,
"I'm feeling hella vulnerable, bro."
I'm vulnerable, bro. I need you.
There is definitely no way I was in the mic that deep.
Y'all are petty as hell.
Oh my god.
So for context, real quick, this is a tournament that happened last weekend. What was it? What was the tournament called? Patchwork.
It was called Patchwork.
Patchwork. Looked like a pretty good tournament down there. Hope those guys keep doing events for sure. But Cosmos was at that event. Mutace won it. Cosmos lost to Piranha Plant, if I'm not mistaken. Reverse 3-0. I don't know how that happened.
I got reverse 3-0 twice, actually. I got reverse 3-0 by the Piranha Plant, and then I got reverse 3-0 by Mutace and Losers.
But Mutace went on to win the tournament. So it wasn't at least he didn't waste it, I guess.
Nah, you wasted it.
I don't give a fuck about that. What the fuck? I was supposed to win the tournament.
Yeah, man. There are two types of people in this world. There are people who want the people that beat them to keep winning because they don't want to look as bad, and there's the people who praise on the person that beats them's downfall. That's who I am.
Well, there's also the people that just don't give a fuck because I just want to win.
Nah, you beat me, bro. I usually am like, that was BS. I can't believe I dropped this. I hope you lose the next round. You didn't deserve it.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to explain what happened with that Piranha Plant, bro. Was it just you just got nervous?
It wasn't even nerves. It was just I don't even know how to explain what happened. I was just playing. I was playing fine the first two games.
Okay.
And then I was playing fine the beginning of game 3. And then I just missed something because I was playing normal. I was playing fine. And then I missed something. I was like, well, that's odd. I feel like I just started to feel off. And then for some reason, I just felt like I didn't know what was happening anymore. And I didn't know how to approach. I didn't know how to play advanced state. I didn't know how to play this. I didn't know how to play the game correctly anymore. So I was just
nerves.
I mean, I wasn't like, I guess the easiest way to say it is that I was nervous, but I wasn't like shaking or anything. Because whenever I get nervous, I get like jittery, I get kind of shaky, and I feel like uncomfortable. But I just felt like my brain wasn't working. I just could not figure out how I was supposed to play the game.
No, that is like a form of nerves though. Like it's just there are many types of nerves and like mental shutdowns and mentality issues where it's like you don't have to necessarily be shaking, but like it's just like something that happens in your play. Like it just happens. Like something for me is like my body turns cold. I get really cold before brackets sometimes and I can't control it. It's just stuff like that. It's really unfortunate. I mean, it happens to the best of us. Yeah. Tournament nerves are something that will always come and go. So I'm sorry about that, but at least you have it at a major.
I expected it to happen because I really haven't been to a tournament since that was my first tournament since Crown. So I haven't been in a tournament environment since like a month and a half. It's been like a month and a half since then. So I was already expecting to kind of struggle in some parts of the game, both in game and like mentally outside of the game. But yeah, whenever that happened, whenever I lost, I was like, okay, I know why that happened. I can definitely just like fix it. And I was playing pretty fine losers until I met Mutace. And I feel like I was still playing pretty well against Mutace. Unfortunately, I did just SD a couple of times because I wasn't really too comfortable because it was my first time in bracket. But overall, he just started to make adjustments and I can adjust faster than him.
That's fair. I mean, I will say overall that tournament was entertaining just because I thought Ling's DD was like out of pocket nowhere, forced out the Palu.
I was confused at that too. And until somebody told me that Ling's DDD beat Light too. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
I don't think it beat me. I think it taken me to game 5 multiple times.
I don't know who told me that.
Wait, he's not giving up that W.
Ling's DDD has taken me to game 5 at least like 3 times, but I don't think it's ever beaten me. But in my defense, it's because I'm not willing to camp in bracket and a weekly until like you make me camp in a bracket.
That's fair.
That's
really fair.
Yeah, no, but Ling's DDD is really good. I mean, again, Ling is also just a really good player. I think he's a player who loses to himself a lot. I love seeing him do good because every time I see him do good, it's like I sent a little soldier out into the world. I'm like, go get him, number 2.
Number 2, that's OD.
Yeah, bro. No, that's my boy, but he's number 2. So when I see him do good, I'm like, good. This. If you can do it, I have no problem about this.
All right.
But no, yeah, I'm gonna make a John for Cosmos real quick. I think it's just another factor of the drought of Smash tournaments and all the opportunities we lost. We just don't have a lot of tournaments that are happening, and
even though we both dropped out of the last tournament, but we're gonna just
a lot of majors.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, we were really only going.
We usually only go to majors.
Yeah,
that was my first regional. Like that might have been my first regional this entire year, actually.
Nah, Cap, you got that 33rd.
Oh, right. I erased that from my memory. Why'd you bring that back?
I'm here to remind you, nigga.
I definitely went to some regionals in Japan, too, so you're right, yeah.
I am a person who goes to regionals and weeklies usually. Of course, the drought changing a lot of that. But what I'm saying is it doesn't really matter how much you play because nothing really does prepare you for brackets other than practicing in brackets.
Yeah.
So, it does affect some people more than others. A lot of people are going to these smaller tournaments, and by the time they go to a major, it just feels like it's just another tournament. But for other people, we're going to only majors, and it's like every time you go, you're like, dang, I better do good at this one because if I don't, I have to wait 3 months for another one. And it's like,
right.
It just feels like shit. So, I mean, I don't blame your mentality for like probably being a little shaken there, but I hope it's better for GOML, which is this weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely much better now, especially because I took that as like a wake-up call for what I needed to practice and how much I needed to practice. So I definitely got home and already started practicing like way more than I did before the tournament.
That's the kind of attitude I like to hear. Now, look.
Are we going to talk about it?
I already
see you smiling.
I love Brian, I'm not even going to call you Cosmos. I'm going to call you Brian. Brian, I love you.
Damn!
You my dog. You my dog. A1, day one. That's never going to change, bro. Okay? But if Piranha Plant was the BS, then my nigga, you must have been the BM. What happened at that event that caused that complete Twitter eruption and the tweet initially from someone named Fawn. What was going on with that, player?
Okay, so I don't want to talk about this. All right, so
it's good to clear the air.
Definitely, yeah. So definitely, I'm just gonna keep it real.
Talk to me.
I definitely, I played the Piranha Plant, and I was just really confused when I was playing. And then sometimes when I lose, I definitely just I guess my nervous jitter is I start to sweat a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely got felt uncomfortable when I lost, and I noticed I was sweating, but I didn't notice that there was anything that came from that until I played. So yeah, Fawn was the first person that I played after I lost. So I played him. All the games were really fucking horrible by me, by the way. I was playing horribly.
Oh, damn.
But I still managed to clean it up. I was playing better towards the end, and it was a game 5 last hit. We were in last hit for 45 seconds, and I barely pulled it out by uppy at ledge. And then I won. I didn't really do anything. I put out my fist, and I noticed that he stood up, and he looked kind of annoyed. And I just had my fist out, and he wasn't fist bumping me. I was like, is he upset or something? He might be upset or something. And then he eventually ended up fist bumping me. And then after that, because I usually don't use Twitter at all, when I'm at tournaments. After that, I played Dark Wizzy. We had another game 5 situation. I barely clutched out game 4 and then won game 5 pretty solidly. And then I was just I feel like I just really need to make a tweet right now. So I made a tweet saying damn, this is my first time in a tournament. I'm feeling very uncomfortable, but I definitely got to just clean it up. And then I saw replies saying you got to clean something else. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got to clean something else. They're yeah, they call you smelly on the streets, bro. I'm like, who's calling me smelly on the streets? And then I saw the tweet from Fawn saying, yeah, I lost game 5 to Cosmos, but at least I know the shower and deodorant matchup. And I want to preface this by first saying I definitely did take a shower that morning. That morning.
I've ruined with Cosmos plenty of times. He does shower.
Yes, I definitely showered that morning. I'm pretty sure Vendetta can also attest to this because I was rooming with him. So he can definitely attest to that too. But I was definitely in a rush. So I will say that I forgot to put on deodorant. I will throw that out there. And, we're all human. People make mistakes every now and then. And I will say that as soon as I heard that, I didn't know if I smell really bad because I guess if you're too accustomed to your scent, you don't really smell yourself. So I saw the tweet and I immediately started panicking. So I went up to some of my friends that were there. Because my worst nightmare is to be that guy that is not smelling fresh at the tournament and to be that guy that people aren't letting you know that you don't smell good at a tournament. Yeah. So I went up to Toast and asked him, and he was like, I don't really notice anything. But I still was very paranoid. So I was I went to the bathroom to use the hand soap to basically give myself a mini shower because just in case I didn't want to be that guy that was at a tournament because it's not I could just
that's the thought special. Don't feel bad about that.
It's not that it's not like I can leave the tournament and go back to my hotel room. I gotta figure something out, bro.
Nah, you get the wet rag, bro. You get the wet rag, you put soap on it. I call that shit the bird bath.
The bird bath?
Yeah, that's a bird bath, bro. You gotta hurry up.
I call that something else, but I don't think I can call it on stream. But I also asked. I did end up getting. I asked people if they had deodorant because I didn't have it on me because I rushed out of my. I usually have a stick of deodorant on me, but I didn't have it because I rushed out of the bracket because it was supposed to start at 10 o'clock, and I got out the shower at 9:50, so I was already gonna be late to my bracket. But my pool ended up starting at 12 o'clock, so I could have not rushed, but I didn't know that. But yeah, I ended up asking people for deodorant. I was going out around the entire place, and genuinely, I didn't even know if I smelled that bad or not because I was trying to smell myself and I couldn't really smell anything. But he said that, or he didn't even tell me that. I saw that on Twitter, and then people that I was asking didn't say anything about it to me. So I don't know if niggas were lying to me, or if that nigga was lying. Like it had to be one or the other. But yeah, I'm just gonna say that niggas are human. Not everybody is going to smell.
No, they're not.
Not everybody is going to smell fresh all the time. There are definitely times where you can mess up. But I do think it's one thing to notice that you smell bad and try to take action versus like acknowledging that you smell bad and know that you smell bad and being okay with it.
Yeah, those are. I think, and that's a fair. And I'm glad we gave you the time to explain that because I said to myself like he probably just forgot deodorant or something like that. And like, dude, I've forgotten deodorant before. Like, plenty of people have forgotten deodorant. Like, one thing that happens, like, but I'm not in a competitive setting where I'm like sweating, getting nervous and shit like that. So like, if I recognize, oh shit, I could run up and do what I need to do. Shit happens sometimes. I think with that tweet that Fawn made, I don't think Fawn meant for that tweet to blow up like it did, because I think at some point it left the intended audience, which was probably just their particular audience, which...
I don't even know how big it got, because at some point I just got off Twitter.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, and that's what you should
do. This is my field day.
I will say you trended. You trended before the podcast did, so, you know.
Damn!
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
That is kind of
I
crazy.
didn't know that shit. That's actually wild.
No.
Personally, I don't really... I feel like my sweat only stinks if I don't put on deodorant, because I'm someone who sweats a lot, but I don't stink.
Deodorant is the great equalizer. Just like, you know, it's why it's, you know, so, you know, perceived as like a must apply, especially in like a social setting. But yeah, I definitely think, and I'm somebody who makes jokes. I can appreciate jokes and stuff like that. But it is important to note that our friend is a very clean individual, and just because they forgot deodorant on this exchange, that doesn't
niggas make mistakes. But you gotta clown niggas for making mistakes,
exactly.
So they don't make the mistake again.
We can laugh at jokes. That ain't something that's above us. But we won't clarify that shit too, so y'all don't think my man is a walking biohazard. No, he would not be on the podcast if that was the case. Come on now, guys.
And this is all just a play for us to introduce Lights Out deodorant. No.
Imagine if that was today's sponsor. What? At the green right now.
We need a deodorant sponsor with Phil just on it like.
We should have worked it out.
That'd be so nice.
Damn.
But yeah, that was your story. You smelled like shit, but it wasn't your fault. We're human. We get it. Niggas are not human. We get it.
Niggas are human.
No, they're not. But anyways, moving on from that, the tournament was pretty good overall. Mutace taking it. That's some good consistency from Mutace that we'd like to see, because we all know Mutace has been in a spot where he is just, you know, on and off. So let's see how he'll do at GOML, because I'm pretty sure he'll be there as well.
It's crazy because I feel like Mutace always does well at regionals. It's kind of like the Louis Money effect right now, at least. He usually does better at regionals, and then he does really do well at majors.
I mean, regionals just have a different, like, everything to it. You know, one, you keep playing. Two, like, there's just no break. It's just like 1 or 2 days. You keep playing, and not to mention, it's just like you don't have the stress of when you're at a regional. I feel like the only thing to think about is winning, you know? Whereas when you're at a major, there's like levels to it. It's like, oh,
there's 3 phases.
I gotta get a pools, I gotta get top 32, and I gotta get top 8, and then I gotta win. Like, there's phases, and each one of those phases are a mental block, you know? So it's like, depending on what like position you're in, you're getting mental block. Whereas in a regional, it's just, all right, I got to go win this tournament, you know? Which is a big thing.
Yeah. And it's like, who do I have to beat to win this tournament? Basically, and like win his finals.
Yeah, but I am very happy about the fact that we are getting back into a major. A little scared myself because, again, even though I've been playing, it's been a while since I've hit a competitive like major scene, because we don't get those anymore. But this is going to be a lot of top talent. We're going to have basically all of the top talent in the world there, or a big part of the world, you know. I think we have some Japanese players going, right?
Shutan and Kameme.
And yes, and we all know Kameme likes to play when money's involved.
And we all know Shutan likes to play. Period.
Wait, Ken's not going?
Ken's not going, no.
Ken is not going.
All right.
What is up with this Ken hate, bro?
It's not Ken hate. It's not Ken hate. It's not Ken hate. I'm just
But
saying.
Sonics is going. Sonics is definitely going. So you're still gonna get Sonic.
Nah, Sonics is cool with me. That brother's funny.
I don't know. I agree with Savanas. Yes.
He's only getting stronger.
I love Sonics. I don't want him to be a top player.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with it. Now, no. So some notable absent names from GOML are Cola. Mutace won't be there. Apparently, Mutace is the next event. Smash Factor.
What has Cola been doing?
Yeah. Who? Cola?
Cola.
I said
was he as
Cola.
CEO? Oh, Cola.
As far as Cola's black ass goes, that's
I don't think Cola's even going either.
So he quit Smash and they gave his salary to me. It's a bonus. No matter. Oh man, that'd be crazy. No, I don't know what's happening with Cola. You know what? How about I find out for you guys for the next episode?
I think we should get Cola.
How about you invite him? Yeah.
I think we should get Cola on one of the next 2 episodes. 100%.
He's just asking himself.
No, yeah, I'll definitely talk to him about it. But yeah, I don't know what he's been doing. I think Moist will be there other than me. I think Aaron's going.
Yeah, Aaron's going.
Yeah. I looked at so here's a spoiler. I looked at the commentator list and like Goblin was on there. So
Goblin is what?
So is he retired? Is it over?
I mean, he was at Patchwork too, but I didn't see him in the bracket. But I know he was in it.
I don't know what's going on with my team, if I'm being honest with you. Goblin's a commentator. Aaron's about to be like my manager or some shit for all I know. Cola's dead.
Cola's black.
Yeah, he's being
That's even worse.
Not showing up to he's living life at a disadvantage. Join the club.
He's a low tier again.
Oh my god. And then there's me who's just going to tournaments whenever there's a major and we don't really got more of those. Please, Nintendo, Phil here still believes in you and therefore I believe in you. Give us a new game. I need something, bro. I need something.
I believe in Nintendo will come through at some point. Just be a little bit more patient. I mean, I you have some events coming up to whet your appetite, which I think is really good. I did notice, I don't know if you guys saw those tweets from Spargo. He kind of like is disassociating himself from the rankings discussion anymore. He doesn't care. He's just like, he's like, it doesn't matter if I'm ranked number 1, because essentially feel like he was robbed the previous 2 rankings because he was statistically better than Leo. You know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting, and he doesn't care if Acola's won or he's
I don't know if I'll agree with that.
He said he thinks he's better skill-wise than Acola, which you'd have to be blind to disagree with that. But that's kind of where Sylvanas was right.
Okay, well that was the biggest shade. That was a big.
We gotta bring it back.
Oh, wait, hold up. All right, let's bring it back a little further though. Spargo, my son, you're wrong. You were not doing better than Leo for the past 2 seasons. 2 seasons goes back pretty far. That goes all the way back to last year. Because
I think the years or the times Leo was ranked number 1 while Spargo was on the come up, Leo should have been ranked number 1.
We're going because by seasons we're doing 6-month intervals, right?
I believe so.
Because if we're doing 6-month intervals, isn't this like around the phase where like Leo's still like besting Spargo for the most part? I'm pretty sure.
Well, like he beating him. You
sorry.
mean?
Somebody corrected me. He said he meant 2 seasons ago, not the past 2 seasons.
Oh, 2 seasons ago.
I might have misread the tweet.
I don't really know the specifics for him to say that. But
I don't think there was any season so far that Spargo was ahead of Leo, aside from this current season.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing about saying 2 seasons ago is like, even if that is true, that's like saying you didn't deserve it the next season. So it's like, like it does. So even if you were number 1, you just kind of admitted to saying that you weren't number 1 the next season. But I mean, this season, I'll give it up to Spargo. Of course, he's number 1 right now.
All I'm saying is like, if you want to be the GOAT, like a LeBron James GOAT or a Michael Jordan GOAT or just any kind of GOAT, you're not thinking about 2 seasons ago. Like whenever you are like potentially or number 2, you're going to be like, no one's going to be like, damn, well, I should have at least been number 1 2 years ago. What the fuck? No, and you're not going to be thinking about that. You're going to be thinking about how you can get number 1 at that current moment and how you can be number 1 for the foreseeable future. That's what you should be thinking about.
Which he is right now. I mean, Spargo, if you ever do listen to this, you just have to be, and this is the mindset everyone should have if you're trying to be the best, you need to be so good that no one can even question it. No ranking could even say maybe Leo's above you. No one could argue it because it's just that blatant in everyone's faces, bro. No, if you're that good, no ranking could switch you up, because if they do, everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
That's how good you need to aim for. You need to be that much better than number 2.
Yeah. And the one thing I do want to say is like I'm not sure. Like it depends who Spargo has to play, or maybe if he loses early and then goes through a very big run, beating a lot of top players, then he might get enough wins and the major one to be above Akola this season. You never know. But like for like something I was talking about with Sylvanas at some point was that just for the legitimacy of people to take the rankings seriously, I feel like it would make a lot more sense for a lot of people. No shade to Akola, because obviously he has very stacked results and everything. Yeah, but for the health of the game and the state of the game and just like the community in general, I feel like it would be much more of a breath of fresh air for Spargo to end up number one over Akola, because we know that Spargo is not playing like a really, really broken character that people can consider like carrying players like Steve does. So for Steve to be at this point in the game number one on the rankings would be way more hard. It would be harder of a pill for many people to swallow than if Spargo was number one, because people would definitely want Spargo to be number one.
I mean, Bayo was never even number one in our game when you really think about it. Like in Smash 4.
Yeah, that's actually true. Which is a big problem.
Bayo,
Steve was going to be number one.
But I will say, regardless of that, I mean, I think Spargo should be number one no matter what. I mean, they're both doing really good, but every time they meet, Spargo's just dumpstering. It's like you got to think about how much an Akola win means, and then Spargo has like 3 of them. Who cares if you place better than Spargo at like 1 or 2 more tournaments? He is besting you every time you guys meet. Yeah. It's like I don't think.
Which is partially why I think the main reason why Leo was above Spargo was because Leo was besting Spargo. Those 2 seasons, or the past 2 seasons ago.
Which is why Spargo should definitely be higher, in my opinion, than Akola.
Yeah, Spargo should definitely be number one this season, in my opinion.
I think right now I'd still give it to Spargo, for sure. And then I think if he wins GOML, that's just like the cherry on top. I don't know how much weight they put on the fact of Akola's lack of any events, but I do consider the fact that the kid's like 16 or something like that. So, and it's Japan, so there's a lot of variables. Like it's obviously easy for Spargo being in Mexico to come. You know, he is NA, so you know what I'm saying, like coming to the States or what have you, or Canada. So there's a lot of different ways you can kind of like frame it and film it, but like either way, it's always a good discussion, which I appreciate that. I think we'll have a lot to discuss once the conclusion of GOML wraps up. There was something else that I wanted to speak very directly about, because it's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. So talk about this real quick. So GOML announced, huh?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's not you this time.
I put deodorant on today. It's okay.
He's lying.
I'm not. What the heck?
Quiet, fools. Now, if you'll notice at GOML, you know, that's kind of like an LG event now, Luminosity Gaming, which is really dope. And they announced that they're going to be doing something with Metafy, which is essentially going to enable, like, you know, some of the top placing ultimate players to get, you know, taken care of for like their next event like that. A stipend of sorts, just something cool to give back to the community.
It's for unsponsored players, right?
Unsponsored players, correct. I had this idea actually myself, and I told it to NRG, and they just never committed on it. So I'm actually really glad to see that LG was able to make some moves on this. Here's my thing. I'm getting very annoyed when I see cool announcements like this hijacked by this fringe, insane group of melee, terminally obsessed online people who keep spamming sponsor Cody. Let me tell you something right now. I've met Cody, very nice guy. I've interacted with him before. Cool dude. Got nothing against Cody, okay? It's these lunatics who hijack these, like you could see him on my announcement, you could see him on Coney's announcement, you could see him on tweets in general, and I'm all of a sudden like, is it because Luminosity is tweeting that they're going into, like they're investing into Smash, that's just like, oh, anything Smash related? Hey, by the way, the best Melee player is still unsponsored. Hey, by the way, who the fuck's problem is that? I mean, really? You could go on FaZe, 100 Thieves, all these other orgs and spam that shit too. But you specifically keep going on my org, and it's just like, I'm just like, what is wrong with you people? If it's that serious, take up a fucking community fund and spirit bomb his ass every month. You know what I mean? Man. You want this nigga at tournaments? I'm not done. You want him at tournaments? Then do it. For the longest time, this community has masqueraded itself as this old thing they used to say. Prague started this dumb shit. 1 unit. It has never been one unit unless it was convenient for Melee, okay? I have seen this community when someone wanted Brawl, they wanted Smash 4, they wanted Ultimate on the stage celebrating. I just hear these jackasses chanting, Melee, man, it's time for Melee, okay? And I would routinely chant back if I'm in the crowd, shut the fuck up, you know what I mean? Let the guy enjoy his moment. So I am not of the mindset that we owe you niggas anything. And I pray to God when the next game comes out, there is a way more clear separation. Because I think Melee is an awesome game. There's so many of the pros that I like and just players in general that I like. I still play the game myself casually. It's a dope ass game. But I cannot stand the constant hijacking and random entitlement of some of these lunatics online spamming this shit. It's so weird. It's so weird. Please literally find anything else to do. Thank you.
Wow. I agree with all of that, if I'm being real with you.
That was 100% real shit.
I mean, honestly, I never thought this was a topic we talk about. This is something that a lot of Ultimate players and community, obviously I'm not going to give names, a lot of us have talked about at a lot of different times.
Honestly, all of us have talked about it.
Yeah, all of us have talked about it for so long now. I mean, starting off with Cody, I love Cody. Cody's someone, he's probably a Melee player that I talk to probably the most when I see in brackets. We always ask each other how our progress is. He's really cool. He's really
dope
nice guy.
Dude, man. I hope he gets sponsored.
He's so cool. And honestly, he's just unfortunately in the game, just like Ultimate right now, you're just in a game where the opportunities are just not the best and you kind of have to get lucky with a sponsor. I know exactly how you feel with this whole pick up this person thing, by the way, being on Moist. I know exactly how that feels because before LG, it was Moist Esports where everyone was like, but yo, Moist, pick up this person, pick up Mars, pick up this person. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, I don't feel like it's my place to say this, but like, god damn, like, shut up. They got enough members. We're good, But yeah, but in terms of the Melee thing, I really do hate that. I feel like as someone who's like relatively newer to the community starting in Smash 4, that was something I had to pick up on, where Melee players they'll only join with us when it's convenient for them because they realize that we're the gold game, because we're the game, since we're newer, we're going to get all the opportunities and they're not really going to get any of it unless they try to like join with us. Now, given they're not all like that, we have people like Ludwig who does a lot for like both of us, and I hugely respect that. But like the average Melee player, yeah, the average Melee person, though, they literally will just stick to Ultimate like glue when it is convenient for them. And then we'll end up on like some side stream in a corner.
Yep. And honestly, I agree with like, I do kind of want more separation because I liked how there was a little bit more separation like in the beginning of Ultimate's lifespan. Like obviously Genesis and SmashCon are some of like the best tournaments that you can go to. But I really do miss like tournaments like Frostbite that was Ultimate only and was like really sick event, and like the glitches that we would go to that was Ultimate only, and just Ultimate only events really felt very nice because it was like I knew that everybody there loved the game that I was playing. There was like always camaraderie and like there was no like not bad blood, but weird faith between both games. And as for Cody, I don't know him at all, honestly. I don't even know if I spoke to him. I might have spoken to him once and said hi or something. But I do hope that he gets what he's looking for because he's definitely a very skilled player. And I'm pretty sure he's a very chill person as for like what everybody else says. And I get why everybody's doing it because specifically I remember or I heard about Cody saying that like he's gonna give himself like a specific time frame to get like a sponsor and everything, and then if he can't do that, then he's gonna have to like basically get a real job and go through like quote unquote normal life.
Which is a really responsible choice from him.
Yeah,
it's such a tough decision to even think of that. But
I think the reason why everybody's backpedaling on that is because he's saying like, I'm desperate. I need somebody to save me essentially. And then they're going to the sponsor that's saying, hey, we are saving the Smash community. So it's like, if you're saving the Smash community, why don't you save this person? But the only reason why I can't really get behind that, well, there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason why I can't is because you don't really know, like you don't know Cody, meaning you don't really know what he's looking for or asking for. You don't know, like,
how do you know they didn't already talk?
Exactly. You don't know that they've already talked or not. And maybe they just couldn't meet his requirements because I know that he says that he wants to like support his like family and like other people in his life and everything. So he might want a hefty amount.
He's
so
also, sorry to cut you off. He's also like probably the best Melee player right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
so he like knows his worth.
Yeah.
But he also like knowing your worth can also put you in a situation where like you might be asking for too much in the current situation of the game, because the state of the game is not too hot right now. We're kind of like, you got to kind of be okay with chump change for a little bit right now, honestly, because you're not really going to get like a huge deal from the majority of sponsors right now.
Yeah.
So he might just be like knowing his worth, and he doesn't want to like diminish his worth because of the state of the game, which is understandable, but you got to understand that that's going to come with repercussions of you are probably not going to be able to get a team like Luminosity that wants to put a lot into multiple avenues, not just one avenue of the game, where they might have to pay Cody, like, I don't know, like literally their entire Melee. Maybe they do want to sponsor Melee players, but they want to get multiple Melee players. But if they sponsor Cody, they can only get him because their entire Melee budget would be going to him because that's what he's asking for.
There's so many factors when it comes to this stuff. Like, it's not just as simple as picking someone up. It's what they want. All of Cosmos just said. Honestly, something I find really funny though, it's funny to me because I swear to you, Ultimate players watch Melee more than Melee players watch Ultimate. Yeah, Melee players are the ones who try to claim us. We never try to do that to them.
And they only claim us when it's convenient.
Yep. That is I hate that shit so much. It's such a fact. We're only claimed when it's convenient, and I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And like, no, I did see that, they did announce, Luminosity announced, it's kind of like a leak too. Like, the highest place in Melee free agent, I think they said is going to win a free trip to next year's GOML. So spoiler, there will be a GOML next year, bigger and better. And I don't know if that was already planned or I was just kind of like out of like sheer, like, okay, well, let's, give them something since they seem to be all about, you know what I'm saying? Like they keep rallying on these posts that have nothing to do with anybody. But my takeaway is I'm not trying to like be mean or insulting, because again, like we all sit down there, we'll watch the Melee top 8s. That shit's lit, you know what I mean? And you got players who are unsponsored who rightfully so deserve to be sponsored, like Cody, like Magi, big Magi fan here. So I do hope they end up getting picked up. I hate what happened with the CLG thing, but it is what it is. That's just, how you got to deal with it. But I think they will have their opportunities, but I just think it's just so rude and inconsiderate to just hijack posts like that. And I don't think that's cool. And I wanted to say something about it. So I did. So nothing against Cody at all. Hope he does get a sponsor, because I think talent like that should be taken care of.
I also just like, not a knock on Melee, but I do think that Ultimate is a more, it's a more easily shareable game, which means it's going to be more profitable to the mass. Like, because more people are going to be able to get into Melee than they are going to be able to get into Ultimate, because it's a newer game. It's easy to get into newer things, and Ultimate is just an easier game to get into than Melee. So it's going to be like, there are going to be more eyes, I believe, on Ultimate and sponsoring Ultimate players, because people usually want the thing that is fresh and new. And obviously Melee is a very cool game to watch, but not everybody, like whenever somebody is going to, if somebody doesn't know too much about Smash and they want to get into Smash, they're going to look into Ultimate first, because that is the new first game.
I mean, we're also just a better bet to pick up too. No offense to the Melee players. We're a better bet to pick up too, because something we talked about on our last Metafy episode, check out our last Metafy episode, is actually that the more Smash games come out and the newer games, the more they're going to be alike, because they're finding the formula that they're comfortable with, which is why Smash 4 and Ultimate are the most similar games to each other out of all Smash games. And I believe Ultimate's going to be very similar, it's going to be the most similar to the next Smash game that comes out. So I do think that we're the better bet for just in terms
longevity.
of longevity. There you go. Thank you. We're the best bet for longevity, because we're most likely, the players who are good now are most likely going to be good at the next game. And I mean, you've seen the Melee players play Ultimate. It's just not their it's not their cup of tea, bro. It's not that they can't. It's not that they can't be good. I don't think they really are that interested in it, because it's not Melee. It's not what they want. And the best Melee player we had in it was like Plup and Leffen. Leffen did good, but Leffen quit after some time. So
he quit after he beat Tweak.
He beat
Tweak, and then he quit, bro. I just don't think it was something Leffen enjoyed.
Well, I told you I could do it.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. But yeah, man. So I think we're better in terms of longevity as well.
I feel that. All right, well, let's segue away a little bit, because I did want to talk about something that I saw hit the timeline that was very interesting to me.
My stream?
Besides that, I guess we can talk about that too. Are you back to creating content? Is that a thing?
You want to do your thing first, or you want to talk about this?
No, let's hear yours. Let's hear yours first.
I just kind of decided to stream yesterday, and I kind of put myself in the mindset that every time I've tried to stream so far, I've always tried to put a schedule. I've always tried to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and I'm gonna do like all these things. But the reality of it is, I've never tried streaming before just to stream. You know, like I've never just said I'm a stream, and I don't really care. I guess I'm kind of in the mindset right now that I'm not promising any streams. I'm not going to be like I'm streaming Monday through Friday. I'm going to stream whenever I want. Maybe I'll stream today, maybe I don't. It just depends on my mood, and I'm not going to have anyone track me. I just want to do it if I feel like doing it, and that's better than not doing it at all. And if I get something out of it, it will be from me doing it more often, and I'll get a schedule eventually and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just going to stream when I want, and if it stays enjoyable, I'll keep doing it.
I think that's very healthy because I'm pretty sure like most, if not all, of the biggest streamers and streamers that stream often definitely started because they just wanted to stream and they just wanted to play a game like with people watching or just play games with other people and just do it live, because sometimes just doing things live can be more fun than doing it by yourself, because having somebody in chat watching, it's always fun to do something while somebody else is watching, but sometimes you definitely need time to yourself too. So I definitely think that's very healthy. I think you should definitely keep that mindset for as long as you can until you notice that you are definitely streaming a lot more, because that will definitely happen if you have that mindset, because then you will definitely get into the things that you want to stream and not caring about like all the numbers and the statistics and like the everything that goes into like the why you quote unquote need to stream reasons. So
I don't. Yeah, again, maybe I'll stream today, maybe I won't. I don't really care. I'm just going to do it if I feel like it. Thank you, Daddy Moist, for the rate of 7,000 last night. That was great.
Damn.
Appreciate that.
Damn, what the heck?
Yeah, bro. I stream once a month and I'm already topping your viewership, bro. What you want about? Anyways, Phil, what did you want to talk about?
Well, now I'm just saying, nigga.
I'm gonna throw out there that I'm actually starting content too, and it was kind of the same too. I was like, not like that, like I just want to record a video, but I was just like, I'm not gonna like try to do like, all right, I'm gonna do a schedule this. I'm gonna just do like, I'm gonna just record a video today right now and get it over with. So I just recorded this video. So I'm gonna just be like, one day I'm just gonna edit this video right now and put it out.
Chat, look at me. We're lying. We're never going to stream again.
I'm never putting out a YouTube video again. The only content I have is lights out.
Oh my God. All right, Phil, what were you going to bring up?
Well, this is good content for the record. But some spicy content that hit the timeline yesterday that I thought was kind of crazy, but apparently it's real, is apparently Andrew Tate and Adin Ross are going to play each other in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, wagering $10,000 a game. Up to $100,000, I've been told. So
Tate's definitely a Falcon fan.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. Tate is Captain Falcon, bro. Like he definitely needs a Captain Falcon skin with like what he says. Imagine getting need and he's like, "You don't have any money,
broke ass nigga."
What do they call? Oh, brokey.
Say that.
When he talks, he's like, "Brokey." Holy shit, bro.
I think this is insanity, and I actually made a tweet. This tweet only stayed up for like 5 minutes yesterday because I didn't want it to like get to the wrong side of the community that don't know what the hell a joke is, which is a lot of people. And I just tagged TK. I was like, "Yo, we casting this?" Question mark. And,
cast it if he gave me money.
And I was thinking to myself like, "Oh, I'm just trolling." But then I thought about it, and I was like, "Well, let's say these guys have money through either ignorant or scrupulous means. So if they wanted to break me off $10,000 to cast their shit, I feel like it would be a disservice not to do it and then just redistribute the money back to the people."
I wouldn't. Keep it for myself.
I mean, I didn't say all the money.
I said like 5%.
Hold on. Man said another $500 tournament for lights out. The rest is mine.
little tax write off. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that was crazy. That, you know, just randomly, because like there's like so many games out, so many fighting games, and it's just like the Smash game between two people who are widely hated by a lot of people, especially like probably within this community. But I was just sitting there laughing
in this community.
Yeah, but I was just sitting there laughing like this shit just doesn't seem like it's real life.
I will never make a statement about Andrew Tate. Just know I think he's funny.
He is very funny.
He's
He is
very funny.
He's an amusing person.
He's a very funny guy.
I don't co-sign some of the stuff he's been accused of, but I can laugh at a tweet every now and then. It ain't gonna kill nobody.
I definitely can.
I'm not going to give a sign to anything he said.
Would any of you participate in an Andrew Tate, Adin Ross Smash Invitational for $1 million?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd do it for 500,000. I'd do it for 10,000. I'd do it for 5,000. I'd do it for 3,000.
I wouldn't do it for 3,000, but I would do it for at least 10,000.
Oh, I don't think you guys understand how much little money we make, bro. I'm doing it. I'm showing up, and then I meet a millionaire, which even if he's the best guy, I might get connected to better people. That's how the world works, you bums. The world isn't about who's good and who's bad. The world is about connections. If you want to make it in life, you form your connections. As long as you are a good person, that is what matters. You get your connections and you get your money. That's what matters.
I pledge allegiance
to the bag. To the bag, baby.
That's real talk. Tell him like I said.
Facts,
tell
bro.
him.
I don't care what anyone says. As long as you are a good person, that's what matters, and you don't need to prove that to the world. You just need to prove that to yourself.
That's right. Yourself and
your
mama.
family. If you exactly. If you care about them.
There you go. And the place to make connections is obviously Twitter because Threads is already dead.
Is it really?
Someone said.
I think it is.
Someone said like Tate, brokey. Oh man.
Who the hell's still on Threads? Anybody? Is that still a thing?
I don't know, man. Everything trends, bro. Just for us to go back to the whole of Twitter.
I was just wondering because it's been like 2 weeks, and I was just like, this ain't gonna last. And sure enough, it didn't. Once Elon said, "Hey, you can start making money on Twitter," I think that was a perfect drop. Did you guys see that? Like, did
you see all the payouts?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I can't wait until I'm allowed to opt in. Like, it's gonna be that. So I'm saving all my like ignorant tweets for then. I'm bringing it back. I don't care at that point.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I wonder how much somebody how much can somebody like in our community make if they had like sponsored tweets? That'd be crazy. Probably not that. I don't know.
I feel like HBox could make some money. I feel like Mango could make some money if he actually like tweeted some shit he cares about. You
got to be smart. If you're ever going to do that stuff, wait till the next Smash game comes out for Smash players because then all of our tweets are hitting.
Oh, 100%.
All of our tweets at tournaments are hitting. Especially if we make tweets when we lose. Oh my god.
Just
insult, tweets when I mean, you can make tweets when you win or lose. It doesn't fucking matter.
See, and I think it counts some revenue from like the past like 3 or 4 months. So like if Meister had left up that villain tweet, he probably could have made like $500 off that bitch, bro. Like,
I wonder how much one tweet makes you. Like if you have like 10,000 likes and a bunch of views. Like, is it off likes, views? What's it off?
I have no idea.
It's probably off of what there's probably a lot of metrics that go into it, like what ad plays on your tweet or like what ad plays under your tweet and stuff like that, and like what you're actually advertising in the tweet and stuff like that.
Okay, well, a lot of people always yeah, you're right, because people advertise under the tweet itself, right?
Yeah.
That seems like you have to like track analytics and pay attention and all this other stuff. Like the way I'm looking at making some real money, bro, I'm about to be one of them NPC TikTok streamers.
Yep.
Like
gang. You know
what I'm saying?
Hit with the gang.
Thanks for the glizzy. This path is blocked.
Oh my god.
Yes, she's in there, but she can't see you right now.
You know what I mean? Hey, yo, you got hit that, bro.
I've been practicing. Some people sing in the shower. Some people sing in the shower. I NPC in the shower. I'm getting my shit down.
Kind of him with the ice cream so good, gang.
Fire, you know what I mean? Like,
fire, grab. Yes, yo, my favorite one. Yes. Yo, bro, we gotta start doing this shit, bro.
I'm thinking about it, bro. We'll power out at GOML. We'll power out at GOML. But
my god.
Before we wrap stuff up, though, can I get some GOML predictions?
Well, I'm winning.
I'm getting top 8.
Well, I'm winning.
Okay.
Well, I'm getting top 8.
All right.
I'm getting that $500. That's my prediction.
Think about it. If Cosmos gets top 8, he's probably making more than like 5th place.
Low key.
I'm making more than 4th.
Low key. Okay. Well, any predictions for anyone to do well that you might not expect? I mean, is Riddle's gonna make this comeback? I can't tell what the hell is going on in Riddle's mind.
I can tell you for a fact.
Yeah.
Kameme is in that motherfucker. He's in there, bro. He's gonna get top 3.
Money on the
He's
line.
like, I'm an American. Money, grab.
Yes. I'm telling you right now, my predictions, Riddles is going to do good because Riddles is very dangerous right now. Riddles does not care about Smash, which means when he plays the game, he doesn't overthink anything. He's probably not at his peak, but he's at a good base level. I think he's going to do good. I think Kameme is going to top 8, and I think Spargo is going to get outplaced by Leo this tournament. Those are my predictions.
Ooh, spicy. Somebody clip it and ship it. I like the way Light's thinking right there.
I think Kameme is going to do very well. I think there's going to be one regional threat that is about to get top 8 but doesn't, so it gets like 9th. And then I think I think Leo will beat Spargo and Sonics will beat Leo.
I disagree. I think Leo's going to do really good this tournament. I have a lot of faith in Leo, if you couldn't tell.
Well, that's unfortunate because I have to play Leo in bracket.
I think Leo's going to do fantastic.
That's great for me. That's great for me. Are you kidding me?
Leo might take it home. I heard Spargo has been training him how to play Piranha Plant.
Oh, no.
This was a good episode. This was a good episode.
Yeah. Well,
About as ignorant as it gets.
Well, I'm like Tate. That.
Ross.
Ross.
I'm the Lighthouse deodorant sponsor guy.
There you go.
You're on probation.
We're hitting all the bases, baby. Let's wrap it. Here we go. You ready for the closer? In 3, 2, 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What's happening now? Cosmos knows that you go rock every week, so he goes rock too, knowing that I'll get paper every time.
Realistically, Rock should rip through paper, just for the record, but it is
Rock rips through paper, Rock breaks scissors, Rock wins everything. Rock beats Rock.
All right, guys. Well, this has been another beautiful episode of These Dumbasses Talking. I had a great time this episode. I hope you enjoyed every segment. It was a fantastic one. I had a lot of fun. My people had a lot of fun. We'll be seeing you guys on our Metafy episode for this week, and you'll be seeing us at GOML as well. Stay tuned for next week's episode 2. We have a lot more coming every week, baby. Take care.
Take care, guys. Appreciate it. And sign up for our tournament. It's happening this Tuesday.